They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and art is no different. From sketches to pinups to everything in between, this is Behind the Art. Hello everyone, welcome to Behind the Art. This is a series where we're going to look at some of the stories and the tidbits that go behind, that are behind every art piece that I have done. Well, we probably won't look at every art piece, but some of the more prominent ones that I've done for other indie comic creators. Today we're going to look at El Krudo, and just a quick recap for those of you who may not know. This is the comic El Krudo. This is the character. His name is El Krudo, and yeah, this is created by Manny Shape and Zeros. Not sure what that would be. But yeah, this is the comic of this character. Who's a gun-toting orangutan sent behind enemy lines in Vietnam, and it takes place, if I'm not mistaken, in the 60s during the Vietnam War. And yeah, this is an ongoing series from Manny Shape. And yeah, this and Jack Irons were one of the first indie comics that I came across on Twitter. After a few months of posting my art on Twitter, Manny left a comment on one of the pieces, saying, that it would be cool if I could one day draw his character. He liked to see my take on his character, and I was like, oh, I didn't know who this was, and I took a look at it. They got a website. They got everything fully organized over there with their Prophesized Productions. And yeah, I took a look through the website, took a look at the character. I was really intrigued. I had never seen an orangutan with guns like this, and it looked pretty badass. So if I'm not mistaken, this first issue is on the website, and you can read it for free. And I remember I was scrolling through it, and yeah, I really enjoyed what I saw. It's a well-made comic, really well made. The writing is really good. I was really impressed by it. The art fits very much the style that they're going for here. Set in the jungle in Vietnam, and yeah, the writing on this is I like it a lot. And yeah, it's my first impressions of this is like, wow, this is a very indie comic. Indie just resonates all throughout this. And yeah, it was really good, and I liked it. And then as soon as I freed up, as soon as I had some time, I went ahead and started working on the piece for this. And at that time, I was messaging back and forth with Manny, seeing what kind of poses that he would like for the character, and what I can do with it. I wanted to do some kind of action type pose, because his scenes in the comic are all action. Just him, with the weapons here, him jumping out the airplane, him just shooting up everybody. This is a really cool panel. Just kicking everybody's rear end, kicking some major butt. And yeah, and yeah, it was great. I really liked it, and yeah, and I went ahead and started doing my art, and I finished it. This is from a while back, from 2019, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm sorry, 2020. September 2020, and this is the piece. And I try to capture the essence of the character. It's got the military style weapons, the military outfit, his weapons. Manny gave a lot of feedback about how his armor, I mean, it's not armor, but his weapons, backpack, and all these things, how they should be in what positions, so you can be faithful to the character. I really appreciated that, because that's what I wanted to do with the characters, make it as accurate as possible. And yeah, I think I got the proportions pretty good for a monkey, or for an orangutan in this case. And yeah, I'm really proud of this piece. This I think marked a significant change in the way that I rendered, because this was the first time that I did this kind of rendering. Let me zoom in a little bit. It's the first time I did this kind of rendering here. And I have been like breaking my head trying to find out how do I pull off lines like this. And I don't know what happened during the drawing of this this character when I was rendering it, but for some reason this just came like it's just like something snapped in my head. I was like, oh, this is how you should do it. And I just started doing it, and I was like, whoa, it's coming out, and it was looking really nice. And yeah, I did that all along here. Did it here, down here also. I'm sorry, down here. I did it right across here. This is hatching line that I was trying to emulate back in that time. I mean, I have a better control of it now, but this is like one of the. I think this is the drawing where I made that discovery for myself, and I really enjoyed it, and I was able to do some of that across the strap here, wherever I could find wherever I could see that it was possible, and yeah, it came out really good. The idea with this drawing is that he's swinging through the jungle, and there's like some action, some bombardment happening down here at the bottom, and so he's like swinging in. There's like fire coming out, and so my idea with this was to try to like put two light sources. I didn't execute it good at all, but the drawing, I mean, it looks good. You know? I mean, if you want to sit back and dissect it, you can do that, and you can take a look and see what's good and what's not. But I mean, I know from working on it that yeah, it's not as accurate as I would have wanted it, because for example, like the primary light source I had imagined in my head is coming from like the sunlight and the shining down here, you know. So the sunlight is strong, it's shining down here. This is an attack during the day, you know, so the sunlight is shining down, but then he's about to jump into this fire or towards the fire or over the fire, and so here at the bottom there's like flames. And so I wanted to play with these two light sources going against each other, so that's why I had this rim lighting down here. I'm sorry for the background noise, it's a stupid dog. But yeah, so that's why I have this rim lighting here. Now all across his fur, all across the backpack, here on the tree. You have some rim lighting here, all the light that would reflect on the bushes that are nearby. You know, and some of it here also. But then like I did that effect to like about right here. And then from here on up, I wanted to play with the light source that was coming this way. So that's why, for example, I have a shadow here, you know, like that. And so you can see lights hitting this way a little bit, and it's going against that. But there was a big contradiction in this in the face, because the lighting, if it's going down this way, then it should hit the face in such a way that under the face, the bottom part of the face should be in shadow. You know? But this is, if you look at it like this is giving you the impression that the light source is. If you look at it just like this, it gives you the impression that the light source is coming from down, from the bottom, and yeah. So I made like just a series of contradictions here. Also with the machete, you know, if we just isolate it like this, you would think, I know the light source is coming from down under. So yeah, I mean that's just my nitpicks, my personal nitpicks on my own art. But I like it because it's rendered nicely. I took time on doing all this branch work, the trees, you know, all of these lines, so many lines, all this hatching here. It's not gray. If you take a look at it, that's hatching. And so there's El Krudo, angry, about to slice somebody up. And yes, I mean, I was happy I made the discovery. I was happy with the overall drawing, and yes, I mean, I wanted to. That was my intention behind it. Manny loved it. I mean, I like the drawing. I love it, man. Manny loved it also, and yeah, and Manny liked it so much that he even included it in the campaign. When I first came across El Krudo, he had El Krudo 1, he had El Krudo 2. And he also had El Krudo 3. Now these were the 3 comics that came originally with the campaign. Like when I came across the IP, these are the 3 comics that were already, you know, in development. And at the time that I had done this drawing, I had no idea, but he was working on the 4th. And here's the 4th comic. That's the cover. And in the campaign for this, because this is on Indiegogo and this is also on Kickstarter, but in the campaign for this, he used this art. and I was really psyched. It's like I think the first or the second or right around there, like really one of the first pieces of art of mine that was ever included in the campaign. And when I found out about it, I freaked out and I was really excited, and I backed the campaign, and Manny went. I backed like I think a basic tier or the second highest tier or something like that, or the third highest. I'm not sure, but it wasn't the premium tier. It wasn't, and Manny was so kind. And thankful for the art that he gave me like the complete package. And so when you back this, you would get comic 1, 2, 3, and 4. You also get a bunch of pinups. I'll show you here. You would get this postcard. I got 2 of these. Well, I don't know if they're postcards, but this is the size that we got, which is great. This is a scene from the fourth comic, and let's see what else I would get. We got this by Zeros, really cool. I like the stock on this. Really, it's this thick paper. Like I just love that image. Like just it looks gritty. It looks like I mean I don't know. I look at this and this feels indie AF. Like just indie as you can get, and it looks great. It looks great. The lines are not like perfectly drawn. Like there's like motion in the lines, and yeah, it's great. It's great. And I also got this cozy, kick-ass cozy from Krudo, and I also got this. That's all came in this nice packaging. Not just this, but no, this is the packaging that came with the artwork. And this is a pinup of the Krudo, of the artwork of the cover of Krudo number 4. And you also got these. Check this out. I was really surprised by this because I was not expecting that he would use it in this campaign. But yeah, look, check this out. Character design by Elliot Rodriguez. So 140 of these. I got 2, 3, and 4. I don't know who got number 1, but I got 2, 3, and 4. And this was an awesome gift. The cardstock on these pinups are great. Like, look at that. And yeah, I was just blown away by it. I did the coloring on this. This is also in my early days of learning how to color. But yeah, I tried to emulate as best I can that idea that I just explained, that you have this fire coming from down below here, and then you have the sunlight coming up. I know there's more that I could have done to bring out that effect, but this is the max of my capacity at that time, and I was really happy and proud of this piece, and yeah, I'm a big fan of El Krudo. And yeah, I had no idea I was going to get all of this. I also got this this kick-ass t-shirt. This black t-shirt with El Krudo on it. And this is just really cool. And yeah, I had no idea that I was getting all of this. I was surprised by it. And yeah, so I was really happy. I thanked Manny. I couldn't thank him enough for everything that he sent with the campaign, and yeah, so much so that as soon as I free up, I'm going to do a second piece. I don't know if this will be out in time for issue 5, because Manny's currently working on issue 5. I think they've already ended the campaign on Kickstarter, but he's on issue 5, and I'm sure he's going to go into issue 6. And yeah, it's an ongoing comic. Manny's an excellent person. Really supportive, and yeah, shout out to Manny if you're watching this. Or appreciate everything you've done for this campaign, everything you've done for me, for believing in me, and for putting my art with the campaign. This is great. It's really, really cool, near and dear to my heart. One of the earliest pieces of art that I had actually on a comic campaign, and so it was really cool. Manny told me that he took it to a con and people were like really digging the art. And that's just awesome to hear. Just awesome when people appreciate your art. And so yeah, so that's my my little story for behind the art. Now this is the pinup, and here is the original art. And yeah, I don't think I did any whiteout on this. No sir, no, there's no whiteout on this at all. It's just ink all the way across. I don't see any whiteout on this. And September 23rd, 2020. Yeah, this is around the time when I first started getting into this year, 2020 was when I first started getting into the indie scene, and I came across El Krudo, Jack Irons, U.S. Assassin, and a bunch of other great projects, both CG and non-CG, and it's just great. It's just really good stuff. And yeah, so please keep an eye out on El Krudo, because I'm sure that Manny's going to come at you with more comic book fun with the project. And yeah, I'll be sure to do another piece for Manny. This time though, because one thing, when I did this, like I went to look. I got in touch with Manny. I was like, and I wanted to get his opinion on this, but I think it's just between you and me. Don't tell anybody. But I think that for the second one, I'm just going to go ahead and draw it, and then send Manny the high res later, surprise him like that. Because yeah, I think I have a good idea on how to do the proportions and that stuff for Krudo. And yeah, so that's behind the art. That's my short story on this artwork that I did for El Krudo. Please keep an eye out for El Krudo for upcoming projects. Also, subscribe to the channel if you like this content in this video. And I'll be sure to have more. I have a lot of stories to tell about the artwork that I've done. And that's it. Thank you very much. Have a great one. I'll catch you in the next video. And stay safe.